What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode, another month. We are in May 1st of 2024. Where has the year, or I shouldn't say where it's gone, what happened to the first half of the year? We're close to halfway through the year. We got 1 month before the halfway point. May 1st here. What's going on? Good morning. What's going on, El Nini? What's going on, Ghost Fixer? What's going on, Stealth? What's going on, D-Money? Behemoth Titan? Dolphin? Good morning. Good morning, Twitter. We are on Twitter this morning, so if you're a new person, happen to come across my tweet that's doing the live stream over there, I figured out you can't comment. There is no live comment section for the Twitter video. So if you're watching it, you're just watching it and you're hearing me speak. If you would like to speak and have a conversation with us, I do a morning show Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We cover gaming stories. I go over news stories, give you my opinion on them, and we have a conversation with chat live here in the YouTube space. So if it's something you're interested in, come on over to YouTube at 30NSG, and you can be a part of the conversation, be a part of the story, be a part of the show. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do live streams, we do uploads, we do gameplay, we do podcasts, we do shorts, lots of different content over here. Come on, Water. What's going on, Robert Jones? Happy Hump Day. Guess what day it is? All right, on today's show, we're going to be talking about games that are coming out in May. Lots of games coming out in May. Lots of updates coming out in May, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about Hasbro has spent over $1 billion on games and has plans for the next 100 years since Baldur's Gate 3 provided fans like a great, well-executed D&D game. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Xbox. Microsoft Xbox game release windows for the rest of 2024 reportedly revealed, so there's a little bit of rumors there. We're going to talk about Fallout 4's most popular mods are now the ones that remove Bethesda's disastrous next-gen update. We're going to talk about Fallout 76. Latest update nerfs one of the most powerful weapons in the game, but also buffs it as well. We'll talk about that. And then if we have time, we have a couple of other stories. We also turn to talk about Diablo 4 Season 4's Loot Reborn. Will change almost everything you know about the action RPG. So, let's get started with what's new. What's new in 2024 for the remainder of the year here. So what's new in May of 2024? 7 games that you'll need to play this month. There's a lot more games, but these are newer games that are coming out, or new games coming out this month. It says on paper, May 2024 may look like a weak month for games, but the biggest releases of the month is Hellblade 2, a big Xbox exclusive and follow-up to 2018's horror action game about a woman suffering from, psychological problems. But if you also enjoy experimental indies this month, may just bring you your favorite game of 2024 when all's said and done. Now, developer Team Ninja is being backed up in the indie front. Animal Well. Also, Laser Eyes, Crow Country, also delivering a spooky experience 5 months ahead of Halloween. And, of course, those who aren't fans of horror games, they also have things to look forward to of this month, like the return of GameCube's classic Warner Brothers crossover fighting game. And as we head into May 2024, there are games that you should be keeping your eye on. So, Indica comes out May 2nd, so tomorrow. Okay, so it's just 1 day away from the release of the Odd Meter 11-bit Studios Indica. Still not entirely sure what it is, it says here. The horror game is some of the trippiest video game trailers I've ever watched, and they've also teased an unsettling adventure about a nun who seamlessly speaks with the devil and who descends further into madness as she goes into a journey outside of the monastery she calls home. While it probably won't address mental health problems as adapted as Hellblade 2, I can't wait to see what the weird game entails, so you can go check that out. There's also Animal Well, May 9th. Okay, Animal Well left a strong impression on me when I played the Summer Game Fest Play Days in 2022. This article comes from Digital Trends, by the way. It's a puzzle exploration-driven Metrovania with an eerie labyrinth backdrop realized through gorgeous pixel art. Though there's also fairly straightforward to play, it also a developer has teased that there's a well-hidden secrets that could take years for players to find. I always find it funny when people say there's things in here to find, and then people find it in like a day, where other games don't tell you anything, and then people are finding things literally years and years down the road. So the kind of meta mystery, something it has in common with Fez and Tunic. Tunic was a fantastic game if you guys have never played Tunic, which are both also great games. You can't wait to check out Animal Well. Out for myself, he says. Animal Well will be released on PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch on May 9th, and will be part of the PlayStation Plus extra game catalog from day it launches too. There you go. Wait a minute. Is that a day and date game on PlayStation Plus? Oh my goodness. Homeworld 3 comes out May 13th. My dad's birthday. The long-awaited third entry in the classic sci-fi real-time strategy game series finally comes out this month. Homeworld series made a name for itself in the large space fleet battles in a full 3D space of Homeworld 3. Looks like it'll be a refined, engaging RTS gameplay for the modern PC gaming era. On top of it, it's the campaign of PvP battles. Also introduces a cooperative roguelike mode called War Games. I always find... I've never played this game myself. But I watch a lot of YouTube videos on it because of the massive scale battles that go on. And I always thought it was intriguing. It's just not my type, not my type of game to play it. But I always wanted to play Homeworld. But Homeworld 3 coming out for you, those of you that like it. Laurel Lee, the Laser Eyes, May 16th. It's one of the most creative indie game developers working right now in the early playtime. Laser of Eyes indicates that it was also can't-miss game of 2024, which is also a mind-bending puzzles. It's also a game that we also recommend players go into with a little prior knowledge as possible. Okay, it says also a cryptic puzzle game, spooky undertones. Laser Eyes should definitely be on your radar. So there you go. Then we got Hellblade 2 coming out May 21st. Obviously, you guys know Hellblade. What I don't like about Hellblade 2, I didn't play Hellblade 1. This is nothing against the game itself. It's the way they're kind of like releasing it. I feel like they're rushing the game out. I feel like it needs more time to cook. They've said themselves it's a smaller game. I think they're really showing what the power of the Unreal Engine 5 is with this game. I think it's going to be more of a tech test, unfortunately. I mean, obviously that's not a backhand compliment or anything like that. I just feel like the game is going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to look great. I think it's going to be just as good as the first one. I think it'll get great reviews. I just think that it need more time, but they're kind of just like pushing it out because it's the thing, They're like, well, we need something this year, so they're pushing it out and to show what the Unreal Engine 5 can do. So Hellblade 2 is coming out. Then we also have Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, May 23rd. I've also never played Paper Mario, as the writer says. Thousand-Year Door GameCube, but have watched playthroughs of it on YouTube and heard fantastic things about it from others. Considering that Paper Mario series has been in rut for the past decade or so, it's great to see that Nintendo returned to what's considered a series' best game with a straightforward remake that makes it prettier and even more approachable for Nintendo Switch players. So it's cool that they brought this up. I don't really like remasters or remakes. Obviously, I never played the original one, so I would be more interested in getting this one because it's the newest one. Because sometimes the graphics are kind of dated and whatnot when you play an older game. We were just having a conversation yesterday. YouTube Lurker was talking about how he couldn't play Mass Effect 2 because of the mechanics and stuff in there, and he's like, nah, I'm kind of out, even though it's a fantastic game. Certain games, because of the graphics, even though graphics are not everything, some people are just like past it because of the games they've already played that are so like beautiful, or the game mechanics are just much better. So it's nice that they brought it forward. So maybe I'll pick it up on Switch and play it, or maybe I'll get it for my son. Another thing coming out, which I actually quite enjoyed when it came out, didn't like their business model, selling the pregame and then all of a sudden canceling it or closing it down for a year. But Multiverses, May 28th, comes back out, and now I think it's the full release, or is this the beta 2.0? So for making it, it says the Multiverses already came out, but yes, it did. But Players First at WB Games released the beta for free to play Smash Brothers fight-like game Multiverses in July of 2022, but delisted it within a year after taking some time to refine gameplay further, and they're ready to roll out the Multiverses back out. Hopefully it's the best form. Now, it does seem like it will be getting a newer Super Smash Brothers game anytime soon, so its crossover fighter should successfully fill the void in the meantime. Again, I don't know, is it coming out officially, or is this just another type of test? Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. I like using Batman. I like using Shaggy. Who else did I use? I used Tom and Jerry. I thought a lot of the characters... Oh, we used Taz a lot. He was a little OP, and they probably went back and fixed him. So, Multiverses. So, A couple more games that are coming out in May of 2024 is the Endless Ocean Luminescence. That comes out May 2nd. We got Surmount, which May 2nd. We got V Rising. I think it has an update, or actually it comes out full May 8th. We got Crow Country, May 9th. Cryptmaster, May 9th. We got Little Kitty, Big City, May 9th. We got Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut for PC, May 16th. I might pick that up. It all depends on what other games are coming out. I might hold off just a little bit. I didn't get to play Ghost of Tsushima because I didn't want to buy it for the PlayStation 4. I wanted like the best possible for that game because it looked phenomenal. So I'm kind of gonna, well, I'm not gonna I'm gonna pick it up for PC. I just don't know if I have time right now to play it. Read Only Memories, May 16th. We got Steam Insider, May 21st. We got Wizardry Proving Grounds of Mad God Remake, May 23rd. We got Zetzillions, May 23rd. Nine Souls, May 29th. And F124, May 31st. And one of the bigger things, I like to call it, its actual release date, is going on to our next story, which is Diablo 4. Season 4, which is actually the first season of the actual game being launched. I kid, but that's the next thing. That's coming out this month as well. May 14th is when Diablo actually finally releases, almost 1 year after it came out. See what you guys are saying in chat. Dustin Strauss is 30. Big surprise. Batman VR is coming to MetaQuest 3 late 2024. It's official. Oh, nice. Water Bear says Paper Mario Game of the Year. H. says, good morning. Good morning. 1,000 Year Doors are really good. I remember playing it, the original, growing up. Yeah, I never played it. Water Bear says, Multiverse is really fun. Yeah, I think I'll play it when it comes out again. I enjoyed it. I've still been playing it with my son. You can only play, local co-op or whatever. Come on, Rose. Good morning. Water says, Ghost of Tsushima is awesome, 30. Bought it for PlayStation 5. Shit might buy it again for the PC. The real season. Yeah. I did call it, didn't I, Water? I did call it. I said the game's going to come out. It's going to be broke, buggy, unfinished. We did put 180 hours into it. 82 hours into it. Made a couple characters, went through the whole main story. I liked the campaign. I thought the campaign for Diablo 4 was good, but I said this still needs another about 10 to 12 months to bake or cook. And here it is. Season 4 is coming out. We'll cover that story in just a little bit. If you don't have time, you might want to wait. Ghost is a pretty lengthy game, but around 40 hours, and that's just the main. Yeah, I want to, you know me, Rose. I like playing the side quests, the main quests. The problem with this is it's been out for so long, and I never bought it. And now it's coming out for PC, and we've talked about this in the past. It might just go back on the back burner even more. But now I know I'm going to get it for PC, but I just don't know if I have time. Even though I'm putting time in, I have like over 100 hours in Fallout 76. I'm enjoying that game. And I don't think if I play Ghost of Tsushima online, if there'll be like relevance, you know what I mean? So if I play it on the weekends and whatnot, I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes out. If there's nothing else going on, no other new games that I want, we might be hearing Transformers. Something about Transformers soon. Behemoth says it's free, so it's cool. I'm buying Ghost on Steam as well. Zetzillions looks like an Invader Zim. So, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so I figured out on Twitter you can't speak. You can't speak on Twitter. Or X. But it is live. You can watch it over there. You just can't talk. You can leave a comment, but that kind of defeats the purpose of a live stream. All right, so let's talk about Diablo 4, shall we? This is our first story. Diablo 4 Season 4 Loot Reborn will change almost everything you know about the action RPG. Oh, you mean like a brand new game? Like Diablo 4 is actually Diablo 4. So it says sequel's worth of changes are coming permanently to the game next month. It says, I'm not exaggerating when I say almost everything you know about Diablo 4 is about to change. The article coming from PC Gamer says, I played it with the most of us when it was come alongside Season 4 last month on the playtest servers. And like many others, I'm now counting down the days until the real thing goes live on May 14th. Now, Diablo 4 is going to feel like a new game. It's not going to feel like a new game. It literally is a new game 1 year after when it comes out. And it says the better game, and then the one launched last year. Now, the worst part of it has been entirely reworked for Season 4, like its overly complicated loot and limited build crafting. Blizzard name for the season, Loot Reborn, is generally the understatement that this Diablo 4 Reborn. Okay, it says the first thing you'll notice when the Season 4 begins is the lack of seasonal mechanics on par with vampiric powers in Season 2, or the robot spider campaign in Season 3. Season 4 won't give your character a bunch of new toys to play with or disappear when it ends. It doesn't need that kind of twist. Instead, Blizzard has kept the seasonal theme light, so the spotlight stays on the new permanent additions to the game. Oh, you mean the actual game, right? Do you see how they did this? I called it like I called the number last night in roulette on Fallout 76. Okay, I saw this a mile away from happening. When the game came out, I said they will fix this game 8, 10, 12 months down the line, and they will make what Diablo 4 should have been at launch. But instead, we all paid for it up front. Not only the $70 version, people paid the $100 version and got early access for the game and played it. And now you waited 1 year to actually get what the game was supposed to be. Now, the Helltide is the star of Season 4, and will also help the Iron Wolves, a group of mercenaries that first appear in Diablo 2, with the cleansing demon-infested regions of Sanctuary, crushing monsters and new bosses, and now redesign of Helltide, open-world events, and will earn your reputation with them. Rewarding you with gear, boss summary items, a crafting material like the new temporary manuals, and the last reward will even grant you a repleasanted spark. Okay, the ultra valuable crafting material. Ooh, ultra value, right? Ultra valuable crafting material used for making the uber unique of choice. You'll need 4 in total. Ooh, we know what we're grinding. Okay, Blizzard also confirmed to him that there's also a seasonal only elixir that is substantially more powerful than normal. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be, right? Counterparts, which probably means that the one players found on the PTR last month, it made the Helltide monsters harder, are coming too. Now, the rest of the season's opportunity to experiment with Diablo 4's overhaul loot, 2 new crafting systems, 2 endgame dungeons, and new elite bosses. So what comes along with this? You got Loot 2.0 items, have fewer and stronger stats on them, and won't drop for monsters as frequent as before, of course. Item trading, all items except Uber Uniques can now be traded between players as long as it didn't alter them with crafting. Why couldn't this be in the game at the launch? Why couldn't we trade things in the start of the game? Because they wanted you to grind. That's what they wanted. Now they're like, oh, no, we want people to come back and stay, so let's put trading back in. Greater of Fixers, legendary and unique items have a chance to drop with extra powerful stats. All right, tampering, a new crafting system that allows you to add stats onto its items and change how skills work, like the ability to set off a corpse explosion as big as your screen. Oh, that's good. So if you're on a wider screen PC version, it's going to be a bigger explosion. Nice. Masterworking, an endgame crafting system that lets you boost stats on legendary and unique items up to 12 times. Okay, all I hear there is lots of grind. Codex of Power 2.0 legendary powers are aspects found in the gear automatically save. You only add them to items whenever you want. It also saves loads of stash space. The Pit, a 200 tiers set randomized endgame dungeon made for testing your characters against the game's toughest monsters and bosses. Time filler. Helldiver 2.0 or Helltide 2.0. Hour-long event that takes over a region of the world and fill it with the heaps of monsters opportunities for loot, now available in all world tier difficulties. Okay. Tormented bosses, a high-level version of the existing bosses that reward extra loot. And then it says that may seem like a lot, but those are just bullet points, okay? Don't do the update justice. There's way more changes to classes and other smaller systems that will make Diablo 4 a smoother experience than it is right now. And I'm going to take that sentence and I'm going to reread it to you, but actually what it actually says, right? I see what it says, okay? There's way more changes to classes and other smaller systems that will make Diablo 4 a smoother experience than it is right now. And what that actually translates to, let me translate, I'm a translator for bullshit, okay, is that Thank you very much for paying for the game up front, $100, and waiting 1 year for us to complete the game that was actually supposed to be completed. It's going to run exactly much smoother and a better experience for you that it should have been at launch, but we needed just that extra year to do it. I know I'm ad-libbing a little bit, but that's what it stands for. Okay. It says, take Necromancers, for example. Their skeleton minions have been underwhelming since the release, but now they're responsible for some of the strongest builds in the game. We're getting a complete opposite of the painful Season 1 patch that knocked everything fun and powerful in the game down a peg, and Blizzard wants every class to have something as broke as Barbarian boinking the boss for 1 billion damage. See, do you understand what they have here? I always say it. Make a problem, sell a solution. Okay? Nerf everything to the ground. Make the experience, right? They already got your money. Okay? All companies do this. They get your money, they nerf the stuff, and then they have time to kind of just fix it over the next 10, 12, 18 months. And then they put the power back in because they want you to come back. They got you, drove you away. They got your money, but now they want you to come back. Okay? So that's exactly what they're doing here. They're making everything much more powerful again for you to come back. It says, but Season 4 isn't all about finally getting to the stretch of Diablo 4's skills and systems as far as you can. It also starts a new era of the action RPG as it enters the second year. Okay? It says, quote, this is really a new framework for us to continue to build upon the future. Associate Game Director Joe said, told PC Gamer in an interview last week, as a live game, we want to continue to build upon the fantasies that we put in place to far make this system even more compelling and even more interesting ways for players to go and have fun and goals to chase, but also have fun in ways to increase the power. Now, Joe continues and says the lead class designer Adam Jackson teased the idea of expanding the item's crafting system and adding more tiers to the pit in the future. That future won't be later in Season 4, and I get the feeling that it won't even be in Season 5. My hunch is that Diablo 4's first expansion, Vessel of Hatred, then it drops later this year, and I expect it won't have long to wait until I have the answers. For now, it's getting Diablo 4's biggest and most important update ever, and we're going to give it to live Season 4 on May 14th. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the DLC that's coming out for it is more money on top of that, right? Because they had to make it good again, get you hyped up for it, because then the expansion comes out, they want you to pay for the expansion as well. Okay? This is just... Look, I love video games. I love video games, but at the same time, I hate companies that make video games like this on purpose. This is planned obsolescence for what it is, right? Make the game, get your money, make the game shittier, make you hang around for a bit, get the people that, you know, the whales to pay and spend money here and there a little bit, and then make it badass again, make it finished, and then lead it into the next DLC. So let me make another prediction, because last year I made a prediction that this game would get fixed by Season 4. And this is before the game even came out. Now my prediction is this game is going to be awesome right now. People are going to come back. There's going to be a ton of YouTubers making videos of it. I might be one of them, okay? And they're going to tell you how good it is. It's awesome to come back. And then just a couple of months down the road, they're going to nerf stuff. They're going to break stuff because they want you to get your money, but they're not going to do that until they get you to get the DLC, right? The expansion pack for Diablo. Once that comes out, that will break things again, and then they will nerf things again, and then they will buff things again, but at that point, they already have you again, right? So all I'm saying is just make sure before you spend your money on the next DLC, don't get hyped up, okay? Don't get hyped up on what they're fixing, because remember, it just took them 11 months to fix the game that originally came out, okay, to get it back to a point where it should have been at launch. And now they're just leading you right in to what they want you to really get was the expansion of what it is, okay? And then you're going to put it down because it's broke, buggy, unfinished. And then they'll fix it another 6, 8, 10 months down the line. Here's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. If you like what I do here, please make sure you share, like, subscribe. And if you do like what I do and check out some of our other videos, thanks for watching. All right. Chat. Did I not call this? Come on. I called this. I'll go back to it. Hopefully I'll get my characters back as well. Here's the thing I have a question of. Do I still have to make a new character every season? Do I still have to make a character every season? Because I've been out of the loop a little bit. Eclipse says, just like Diablo 3 wasn't good until Reapers of Soul, even though I have 500 hours in Diablo 4 now. Funny how they're making it over again after Path of Exile devs said Path of Exile 2 just got pushed back a little. I'll give it a try. Hell, I put almost 500 hours into it already. Might as well. Elnini says Game Pass. I have 625 hours on D4, Behemoth Titan says. Waterbear says, nice. Might have to make a Druid again. Or the Necro. Yeah, the DLC is the expansion. Barbarian is going to be OP. I heard the Barbarian has also been nerfed to shit in the PTR. Necros are OP, though. Yes, you can play the Eternal Realm. So does all this stuff go into the Eternal Realm? Or is it only for the season stuff? All the stuff that we just talked about is only in the season, Water. Sarge says you called 29 black. I know that, but my poor goldfish brain doesn't remember Diablo 4 prediction. If you guys didn't know, here, let me bring this up, right? Let me bring this up for you. I put this in general chat. This happened yesterday. Let me bring this up. All right, okay, this happened last night in Fallout 76. Okay. We were in Atlantic City getting a bunch of cigars and cigarettes. Okay. We were playing some roulette. And you can't bet on the number. You can only bet in the quadrants, right? Those of you that know roulette, you can bet on the numbers. See, even on this board here, you can bet over here and it's 2-1. Or I'm sorry, 2-1 odds. Okay. If you bet over here, okay, you're supposed to get the sections of thirds. But when it goes to the next screen, you can't click the number. You can only pick the quadrants or 0. Okay. So I'll let this speak for itself. Let me make it a little louder for you. I did this last night. Let me really think about the number that's going to pop up here. Okay, since I can't pick it. Let me focus. Let me get into my inner thoughts here. Let me see what we could pick here.
Mayor Tim fancies himself the leader of AC.
I think 29 black. 29 black. 29 black.
So this city's run by a circus. Godfather.
Oh my God! Get out of here! Chat! I literally just picked the number. Todd owes me some caps. Black. That's all I know. I only won 100. I only won 3 times. I would have, if I could bid on the actual number, I would have.
Well, not tonight. It doesn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lucky charm.
Still no luck.
On that note, man, I should have won a lot of money there. Should have won a shit ton of money there is what I should have done, but we didn't get a lot of money. We didn't get a lot of money at all. We got 3 times. That was it. We got $150, right? So that was fun. That was fun. So trust me, I make predictions. If you're in our YouTube channel, we literally have an emote of me being psychic. We called Diablo. We called 29 black. Obviously, I get a lot of stuff wrong, but we get more right than wrong with our predictions with video games. Yeah, you can take me to Vegas. I'm very good in Vegas, Water. Very good, especially if you take me to the craps table. What's going on, Argus? Right? Very good. Take me to a craps table. I'm guaranteed to get you your money back. So Diablo 4, how many of you guys are excited for Diablo 4 now that they're releasing Diablo 4 in its full, well, technically not in its full, right? Like a Pokemon. It's not in its full form yet, right? Diablo 4 right now is in like stage 2, right? Right? Diablo 4 is literally like, you know, maybe we can't say Pokemon. Maybe we'll say, well, like Pal World, okay? Like a PAL. It's like level 2 PAL. Okay? It's not in its final form yet. The final form of Diablo 4 won't be until like season 12. Okay? But Diablo level 2, that's out. That'll be out on May 14th. Here's what I'm looking at, Water. I know it comes out May 14th and I can start playing season 4, but maybe I'll just hold off a little bit. I'm really hoping for that release date of the first Descendant or the Transformers game. I'll be honest. Damn, 8 more seasons? Would you think it's going to go somewhere? Of course. It's going to be around. You think Diablo's going anywhere? Hell, Marvel's Avengers lasted 2.5 years. With the changes they're going to make or have made to the game, I might jump back into it. No excitement whatsoever. Diablo is a scam. It's constantly a lie to the players. Tell us how you really feel, Rose. Stage 3 beckons. Yeah, you got to wait till it fully evolves. You got to wait till it fully evolves into what it is. I can't help it. Diablo's the best ARPG I've ever played. I'm a filthy casual. I guess I don't care. Have you played Path of Exile, Eclipse? Have you played? Do you think that? What was the other game you played? What was that one that came out before? This is how big of a mark it made on me. It wasn't Enshrouded. Enshrouded was that other one. What's the other one that came out earlier this year that you guys played? Sarge says, thank you, Dave Rose. No more bullshit. Billy Hijink says, not going to lie, I bought the new water bottle today. I'm sure I'm more excited about that than Diablo Season 4. I mean, that is something to get to get hyped about, Hilly. Good water bottle. Has it got the double lining inside? Is it like a steel one? Does it hold? How many ounces does it hold? Get me excited. Talk slow. Talk slow. Like 10 inches. Big? Is it thick? Last Epoch. That's it, Behemoth. Thank you. I already paid full price for the deluxe edition of Diablo 4. Playing more would be the my best interest. Of course. I mean, you bought it. You might as well get your money's worth out of it, right? Also, Path of Exile is better than Diablo, and it's free to play. Yeah, but it is complicated, right? Path of Exile is sort of like, and take this what you want. I know a lot of people look at this and go, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Destiny was very easy to get into. Warframe was like hitting a wall and then going up the wall like this, where Destiny kind of gave you a gradual, right? It was more casual friendly, okay? Warframe wasn't. Diablo is the Destiny of the two, right? Path of Exile is the hit the wall complication going up, and Diablo is this easing you into it type of thing. Water says he might think that Path of Exile is way too slow at the beginning, too complicated. Most people say that, and to be honest, it's especially for new players or casuals. Robert Jones says, drop the details for the epic water bottle. That's right. Only I have like 200 hours in Path of Exile. I just don't feel... You have 200 hours in a game that you don't like. You just did a Travis. Did a Travis. I hate Fallout 76. I have 460 hours into it. Path of Exile is not for dummies or for lazy people. It requires... knowledge and research. Oh, I'm out. If I gotta if I have to have knowledge and research, Argus, I'm out. Nope. I just want brain dead, smash A, hit X, hit F bumper every once in a while, hit a trigger. I don't want to think. I just want to play. Water Bear says Path of Exile isn't easy to get to, especially at the end game. They do gigantic upside down triangle. And it opens up shit ton after beat the campaign. See, that's why people like it. The upside down triangle. I have to admit, I'm with Eclipse. I've tried it multiple times. I can't get into Path of Exile. Okay, so instead of trying to force myself into something that I just can't get into, I just look from the outer part and go, man, I wish I could get into that. Oh, did you put it in Discord? Yeah, Diablo's for me. And technically it's not even for me. I'm not even a big fan of Diablo. I like it. I don't hate it in any way, shape, or form. I thought the campaign was fine, right? I thought the campaign was fine. D says, unless you're looking to play 100 hours and finish the game, I'm a dummy. Personally, I like Path of Exile better than any Diablo I played. And I understand that. You know what I think it is? I think Path of Exile, the thought process of playing it is overwhelming than actually playing Path of Exile. You know what I mean? It's like, do I want to... And I know it's like hypocrisy because there's certain games I play and I'll put on hundreds and hundreds of hours where I could put hundreds of hours in Path of Exile. But it's the fact of it's too overwhelming. It's too daunting, I guess. Water says he hates Elden Ring and he plays it every day. Secretively. Yeah, I think he does. Oh, that's a nice water bottle. It's a nice water bottle. Is it glossed black? Okay, let me share it with chat. Is that gloss black there? It's got a nice handle. See, I'm a simplistic man. I just have a glass of water. Best goddamn water ever. You know what it looks like? It looks like you killed the final boss in Fallout 76 or one of the bosses in the events, and you were rewarded this water bottle. That's a Fallout water bottle right there. Oh, you have no idea, Clips. Good water. How many times do you have to kill the boss before that water bottle dropped for you? I have a bottle with lines on it and times on it. Otherwise, I never drink. Oh, see, that's a lot of pressure, right? That's a FOMO water bottle. I don't want a FOMO water bottle, Argus. Okay. This is an open world glass of water. I can take as little or as much as I want, and I can go refill it. I don't want FOMO water. Okay, FOMO water bottle has those lines and times like you got to drink down here by 1 o'clock. I'm more of a on my own time. That's because he never drinks enough water. If you wait until you're dry mouth and thirsty, you drink, you're already dehydrated. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I constantly am talking, so yeah, I drink before I get dry mouth. So I went to the water bottle straight from drinking nothing but soda all day. Long and only soda. Oh. I have to admit, I have a soda a day. I'll have a soda a day. I'll have either ginger ale, a Sprite, Coke, an orange, a squirt. I'll have something. I got to keep my figure. soda's so bad, but I like it every once in a while. I mean, everything's bad. I mean, sometimes just breathing the air is bad. It all depends where you live. Oh, ginger ale's good. Sometimes my stomach gets a little upset, right? So instead of having like Alka-Seltzer, I have ginger ale. I only have vodka, no water, sodas or anything, just vodka straight. I did know a Russian. I was shooting a show called My Big Fat My Big Fat Wedding. Yeah, My Big Fat Wedding. My Big Fat Fabulous Wedding? I think that's what it was called. And we went to Vegas, and we stayed with a family. We were filming them for about a month and a half. And the husband, this is how much money he has, okay? Think about this, okay? He was a salesman, or the owner of the company that sold outlets for the hotels. Like, the parts to put outlets in all the hotel rooms and all the other stuff, okay? So you can imagine the amount of money this guy had, okay? And he had a bar in his house, and the house was fantastic. It was like this gigantic, multi, like tens of millions of dollars, okay? Maybe a $500 million, okay, for this house. And he had every vodka known to man, and that's all he drank. Literally, that's all he drank was vodka. And he kept trying to give us vodka. I'm like, I can't drink while I'm working. I do love vodka. Let me see. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, there I am. There I am. Production assistant. Right here. 2007. I actually did camera work because the camera person that was on the show got fired. We don't talk about that. But I didn't get credit for it. But that's all right. Go on, Stealth. I like bourbon now. I don't drink a lot, but I do like a good bourbon. If I want carbonation, I usually get sparkling water. Ooh, fancy. Fancy. All right, the next story we're going to be covering. If you guys are over on Twitter watching, I do appreciate you. I'm sorry, X. We do this show Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, come on over to YouTube. You can be a part of the conversation inside of the actual YouTube chat. We go back and forth with chat and YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do uploads, live streams, gameplay, podcasts. We have a podcast that we do on Thursday nights called Generation X Gaming. Episode 394, I believe, is this weekend. We've been doing it for over 10 years. So come on by. It's a good time. Finished Stellar Blade last night. I'm a simple man. Water, coffee, and beer. I do like my beer, Hilly. I try not to drink a lot of beer anymore. Keep my gut down low. And then coffee is just water. Just dirt water, right? I love coffee. Got my coffee in the morning, get my coffee in the evening. I do love a good coffee. I need to jump back into Stellar Booty. You gotta be careful there, Argus. There's a lot of stuff going around. Okay, can't jump into a booty. Okay, you gotta calm down. Okay. I mean, you can. I'm just saying that when you say you're jumping back into Stellar's booty. Jones says, I could use another cup. Something about it. Coffee doesn't give me the... It doesn't wake me up. I just like the taste. I love the smell. Right? But I don't drink coffee to keep me up. It actually does the opposite to me. Right? Like, I could literally fall asleep while drinking coffee. Or drinking it black, it's really good that way. I gotta add just a smidgen of milk. Rose says, I absolutely hate everything about a coffee. The smell, the taste. All. Rose, calm down. It's not made by Microsoft. Just coffee. Phil Spencer has nothing to do with the coffee. All right. Next story. Buckle up. Hasbro has spent $1 billion on games, and it has plans for the next 100 years. Sure it does. Since Baldur's Gate 3 provided fans like a great, well-executed D&D game. Rose says, yeah, I can't stomach it. I tried it multiple ways. Not for me. Now I don't know if you're talking about coffee anymore or if you're talking about Xbox. I don't know. Okay, it says Hasbro is in fact making video games. Yay. That's the face that I have. Right? Hasbro's making video games. Okay. So unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that Baldur's Gate 3 did well, winning just about every major Game of the Year award, starting industry-wide conversations about quality of video games and getting one of our highest ever review scores. Okay. It also has done remarkably well in the licensing deal for Hasbro, which owns Wizards of the Coast, which created Dungeons & Dragons, the 5th edition of the tabletop rules system Baldur's Gate 3 is built on top of. Now, unfortunately, for said company, Larian's moving on to different, if not greener pastures, but Dan said, head of digital product development for Wizards of the Coast, says there's no plans on stopping the company's forward march. Hasbro is in fact making video games. Okay. We have considerable investment in our studio structure, and we've got over $1 billion in games right now being developed. That is per a recent interview with GameIndustry.biz. Okay, he continues by arguing that Hasbro MO has always been about play. It's always been about entertaining people, and gaming is a predominant form of entertainment for a lot of people, and we're something that just continues to grow. Like these guys, I feel like the people that own Hasbro, the people that are inside of Hasbro, are like, they're that meme of Steve Buscemi. Hey, other high school kids, like they have no idea what they actually have. They work for the company of Hasbro, and Hasbro makes toys that doesn't make toys, by the way. We've had this conversation in the past. Okay. They literally have no idea what they're doing. They're sitting on so many IPs. Video games has been around. I'll be 46 in 2 weeks. Okay. In less than 2 weeks. Okay. I've been playing video games since I was 3, and they were there before I was born. Okay. Very few of them, but they were there. Okay. These people are coming along going, huh, did you know video games are hot right now? Like, I'm so confused by the people that operate and run these companies. They're like, yeah, we're making those video games that people really like. It was like Bob Iger talking about at the convention earlier this year. Yeah, well, Disney is looking towards these things called video games. It's really popular now, right now with the kids. Like, who's living underneath the rock? Okay. He says, this does feel like a bit of strange revelation to have now. Yeah, right? The TTRPGs and RPG games have always shared a lot of DNA, especially considering one essentially came from the other. Baldur's Gate 3 was hardly the first entry in the franchise after all, and there are plenty of classics like Neverwinter Nights and Vampire, Masquerade of Bloodlines, and also have the roots firmly in the dice, pen, and paper. Heck, Cyberpunk 2077 is spawned from a TTRPG product. Okay? Says, quote, one of the greatest things we took from the success of Baldur's Gate 3 is that people really, really like a great, well-executed D&D game. No shit. Unbelievable. Can you imagine? Make a game, sell a game. Doesn't matter if it's a tabletop game. Doesn't matter if it's a chess game. Doesn't matter if it's a baseball game. Doesn't matter what game it is. Make a game, sell a game. Make a book, sell a book. Make a movie, sell a movie. Right? Like, I'm super, like, should I be surprised? They're like, well, we hired this company. They made a game based off of our games, and it was amazing. It was a good game. Like, no shit. Okay? So, in the same way you might marvel out loud, the water is wet. All right. I'm being a little uncharitable there. No, uncharitable. No, you're not. You're not. That's exactly right. They're like, hey, did you know? Wow. This water's wet. It's like, yeah. Yeah, imagine that. Did you know people are selling water? People really like water. This guy's a head. Okay? He is the head. He's the he is the digital product development at Wizards of the Coast. And he just told you that games are popular. And he was surprised by it. Baldur's Gate 3 absolutely landmark in its quality of certainly a far cry from CRPGs to your which most likely took place in the text boxes and crunchy stat sheets. Nothing wrong with that, but even more hardcore CRPG fans likely conceded that the thing hardly screams mass appeal. Now, he goes on to proceed and discuss the plans of Hasbro incoming G.I. Joe game as well as Exodus. G.I. Joe, if you're not making a Battlefront / G.I. Joe game, you're doing it wrong. I don't want to come out. I do not want to see a G.I. Joe game Animal Crossing. Hey, we made G.I. Joe. We know you love G.I. Joe. Now you can make it on an island where you can collect things and buy microtransactions. If you are not making a G.I. Joe Battlefield / Battlefront game, you're fucking doing it wrong. Okay? So, I digress. Let me continue here. As an original Mass Effect adjacent IP shown off at the Game Awards last year, it's being made by Wizards of the Coast Development Studio, Archetype Entertainment, and BioWare, okay, at the helm. He says, quote, what we're trying to do here is have a tail wag the dog a little bit and have things going on in other directions for many companies, which would be something new. There's also, we can create a new IP through video games and take advantage of the size scale of Hasbro to do things with it as well. Hasbro, please do me a favor. Call me up. Hey, hit me up on Twitter. Okay, you can watch it live if you're watching this. Please, someone share it with someone on Twitter. Fire the dude at Hasbro. Fire the dude. Hire me up. I will give you multi-million, billion-dollar ideas for IPs that you have and own. Okay, please, please, please. I will stop streaming to help Hasbro make money. Okay, by making a game and selling a game. Okay, as Baldur's Gate 3 considers the fantastic example of execution of the brand in authentic way. The players came, they loved it, and they asked for more. And I think that you can see with other brands as well. Okay. As I wrote this earlier this year, he says, I find myself a little skeptical about the success of Baldur's Gate 3 being down to some strength of brand through the D&D game certainly helped. Rather, it was a game that took off because of the hard work of the people actually making it. That's correct. That's correct. Make a game, sell a game. Okay, he comments especially hit strangely considering Hasbro as a company laid off most of the original people involved in brokering the deal last year. So see, they're okay letting go people. Yeah, fire this dude, hire me, I'll help you out. He says, I promise that everything is going to stay in the oven as long as it needs to. Chat, we know that's a baloney. Okay, all right, we're not going to rush anything out. Sure. Okay? Video games are an integral part of Hasbro's strategy going into the next 100 years. Here's to the century of tie-ins. At the very least, its Wizards of the Coast continue to select talent well for their projects and have open possibilities and could continue to be good. They have so many IPs that they can make on, and yet they literally sit on and do nothing, right? That Transformer game that comes out later this year, if it's in beta, early access, whatever, I hope that Splash Damage and Bulkhead, they hit it out of the park. I do. But they're going to fuck it up in some way, shape, or form. Not the company. Hasbro. Hasbro will be like, well, microtransactions, they're going to screw it up in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Again, how are people in charge of a company of some of the biggest IPs, G.I. Joe, Transformers, I think Peppa Pig is part of their thing, right? And yet they're like, I didn't know video games were so popular. I didn't know water was wet, right? And yet they're surprised when something works good. And them saying that they're not going to rush things out means they're 100% going to rush things out. Did you see the last G.I. Joe game that came out? The Overwatch clone? Right? Did you see the last Transformer game that came out? The top-down RTS game that was... Okay, did you see those things? Those were rushed out. Those were trying to just hit on the actual IP name itself and not actually make a game, sell a game. They made a half-ass game and pushed it out because they're like, oh, look, G.I. Joe, you know what G.I. Joe is, right? Like, it's sad and pathetic when these companies put people in charge that have no idea what they're in charge of. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like what I do here, please check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Like, how is this a thing, chat? How is this a thing? Let me scroll back up and see what you guys are doing. Sarge says, spending $1 billion means absolutely nothing. They used to make toys. That's right. That's right. Now they make virtual toys, and they don't even know how to make those. Alien, good morning. I guess video games are more profitable than action figures and Barbies. Yeah, imagine the possibilities. Right. Hello, fellow gamers. Just absolutely. Come on, Luke. Good morning. It's a lot easier to go flawless with the changes now. Oh, you guys are talking about a game. You're gonna get G.I. Joe BR with tons of microtransactions. G.I. Joe Mobile. Yeah. We know what you're asking for. G.I. Joe Mobile. And they're like, what? You guys don't have phones? Still play the cheesy little bastards. I can't stand spending a whole weekend playing that trash. Hasbro has to be ran by the most into people in history. You have all the IPs and struggle. Yeah, it's amazing. They're like, oh, it's like that Lord of the Rings the Shire game coming out. Like, we have Lord of the Rings. People are asking for like this massive, action-based game on Lord of the Rings. They're like, you know what they're asking for? Lord of the Rings. Let's give it to them. Let's make Animal Crossing the Shire. They're like, cool. Yeah, that's going to be great. Let's make a game like Helm's Deep. No. Helm's Deep. How to build the castle, one brick at a time. Oh, you didn't know about this? Was it an RTS? It was an RTS. Yeah, hold on. It was called Transformers. It was called Battlegrounds. You didn't see this, Jones? You would think they would have knocked this. Okay. Sarge played this more than I did. Okay. And no, this is not a mobile game. This is on console. Okay. They almost had me because they had which looked like Generation 1, but it wasn't Generation 1. Okay? And this game was broke. Like, there was a part in the game that was literally broke and you couldn't get past. I don't know if that was made by design. Because Hasbro themselves in that article said, we're not going to rush things out and we're gonna make sure things are done and complete. It doesn't look too terrible. I mean, they charged $50 for it. I think now you can get it for $24.99. So it might be better for that price. Generation None. Doesn't look too terrible. Let me show you the G.I. Joe game. The G.I. Joe game that came out. What was the G.I. Joe game that came out? That was called G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. Is that what it was called? This is Operation Blackout. we're gonna shut the music off. This is the G.I. Joe game. This was an Overwatch clone. I think this was the Overwatch clone, right? That's what they did here. This game bombed as well. What is this? That's what happens when you play it. You black out. So this is it. In all its glory. Battlegrounds is a 9 out of 10 on Steam. Okay. All 75 reviews of it. People gave it a good review just because it's a Transformers game or looking for a Transformers game. And I get it. I played it. I was like, me and Sarge talked about it. I was like, it's not bad. I was like, it's just not the game I was looking for, right? And I get that. But it's like, it's not done very well. And like I said, it's literally broke at a certain point in the game. Unless they fixed it and patched it. But here's the hard truth, Jones, right? A Transformer game came out and you didn't know about it. We covered it 2 years ago, 3 years ago on GXG. Okay? Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it. It's a Transformers game. And everyone's like, Transformers. Yes. Don't tell anybody. And Hasbro's like, oh, video games are really popular. I don't understand. Ridiculous. I never went back, bro. It was broken. Couldn't finish the game. That's exactly right. It literally was it was old school. It was old school Atari game or old school Nintendo game. Make a game that you can't finish. Not make a game, sell a game. It was make a game you couldn't physically finish because it was broke. It's always a good sign. What else you guys saying? Battleground 9 out of 10. After seeing those low tier games, Disney ain't that bad with their game releases. Oh, I mean, you got this game coming out. Everyone's waiting for this Star Wars game, right? We waited 3 years for this one. Hold on. Now, I did watch some gameplay a couple of months ago. Maybe it's better. Is it called Bounty Hunter or Hunters? Star Wars Hunters, right? Which is basically the Overwatch for Star Wars. Is this it? Well, that's the tech test. I don't want the tech test. I want the actual. I don't want the tech demo. There's no gameplay of this thing? Seriously? Here, 22 hours launch date reveal trailer. Cool. We'll just look at this. Yeah, we're doing Division 2 tonight, Sarge. Yeah, this is the trailer for the game everyone's waiting for, Star Wars Hunters. A 4v4 arena shooter. Argus says we absolutely need a badass cinematic, graphically quality, open world Transformers game when are we getting one? Argus. Transformers Reactivate is that game. It was originally created by what's it called? Digital Extreme, and I forget the other one. I forget the other company's name off the top of my head right now, but they made the Transformers game like 3 years ago, and then they went under. Digital Extreme has moved on. They gave it to Splash Damage and Bulkhead. They've been working on it for 3 years, so the game's been out for like 6 years. There's 3 years with one company, 3 years with another company. They're done. They've moved everything over to Unreal Engine 5. It's an open world. Here, hold on a second. Let me show you what the graphics are going to look like. And now this is loosely based. This is not official release of what the graphics look like, but I did a video over a year ago on it. Let's see here. That's the graphics of it. That's Starscream. You haven't... Argus, how long you been following me now? I talk about this game all the time. We have a dedicated Discord page for it. This is going to be like Warframe. So think Warframe. Instead of Warframes, you're going to be collecting Transformers. Okay? It's going to be free to play, supposedly. It's supposed to be free to play. It's supposed to be where you can earn or you can purchase like you can the Warframes. Yeah, it's almost been 2 years since they showed it. It's been a year and a half since they showed off Transformers Reactivate trailer. Now, what the speculation is, okay, what the speculation is of Transformers Reactivate is that because it's the 40th anniversary of Transformers and Transformers 1's coming out in August, that they're going to, there's no correlation between like the movie and the game, but because this is Generation 1 game that they're doing, that they're going to release it this year in the fact that it's the 40th anniversary of Transformers. They could take that Star Wars Hunters and throw it in the trash. Oh yeah. No, I had videos of it. There's two people that we follow. Rubber One Gamer HD and Luna. DP Luna, yeah. They have all the information on this game most of the time. So you would hope that what, sort of like what Bethesda is doing right now with Fallout series, with Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 and New Shelter, or Fallout Shelter and Vegas and 3, that they would market it because the show's out, the games already exist, more people are going to go play the games because of the show, and vice versa. People are playing the show or playing the games, and they're going to watch the show. You would hope that Transformers is smart enough, Hasbro is smart enough, which obviously they're not, because we just read an article and the guy was surprised that video games were selling. Okay? You would hope they would have the brain power to go, hey, it's the 40th anniversary, and we're coming out with Transformers 1 animated cartoon this summer, or late this year. Maybe we should get that Transformers Reactivate game out this year. Maybe. Okay, but you would have to do it within the time frame of, if the movie drops in August and you drop it in November, cool, it gives you time, but it should drop around about the same time. And you definitely should drop the game during the 40th anniversary of Transformers. Hasbro's like, should we do something with Transformers? Well, we got the 40th coming up. Let's make a game at the 42nd anniversary. Transformers are 40? Yeah, just like you, Mo. Just like you. Sarge says, because the anniversary is coming, they need to make sure that they shit on the IP completely. Yeah. Make sure you really, really screw over the franchise during the 40th anniversary. Hasbro is more worried about their golf game and that they want quarterly reports and find out what they could have been paying attention to the whole time. It's amazing, right, Z? Small business owners know every customer by name, and they know exactly what's going on. Oh, big corporations don't even know the name of their employees. If you can transform and drive your Transformer around the game, yes, you can. 100%. Yeah. You can transform. Okay, you can transform into your vehicle form. Like Soundwave's not a tape deck. He's a pickup truck, like with a bed on the back, like a camper thing. There's hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. I have a video. We did it way back when, I think January or February of 2023. We got a couple of Transformers. Man, I make way too many videos. I gotta slow down. New Starfield update coming May 15th. Did they just announce it, Kylo? I know they were they're talking about it. They were doing something. Rumors confirm concept art. Is this the one? Yeah, this is what Optimus is looking like. That's Optimus Prime. If you didn't know. Okay. Look at the attention to detail. This is what I like about my show, right? We weren't going to talk about Transformers today. But because Argus didn't know about Transformers, we got to talk about Transformers. We got to make sure that we tell everybody. There's a 5-minute update in Gaming Talk. All right, cool, Mo. Appreciate it. Wait, tell me Optimus doesn't look badass. And they have toys that correspond with the actual game. They're here already. They came out in December, January. They haven't launched yet, but they're over here now. This is my most anticipated game. But it's not anticipated this year because we don't know anything about it when it comes out. But I think it's supposed to early access, beta, whatever. Okay? This is my weak spot, right? This is my weak spot. Like brunettes. Okay? Like Transformers is the thing that I love the most. It's my childhood. It's the nostalgia. And the back of my brain's like, please don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up. Right? Right? Here's Megatron. Megatron looks good too. Right? You got the toy that just came out. The robot toy. Cost $1,000 for Megatron. Here, let me fast forward a little bit. Look how clean he looks. Look at him. I'm gonna be like Pokemon. You gotta collect them all. Okay? If I can earn all of these guys inside the game, sold. Because if you could buy it for $10, $15, and people want to do that, cool. But me, I will play this game until I unlock them. Because that's what I would love to do. How clean he looks, man. Looks good. Is this the game? This is the game that's coming out. Yeah, this is leaked concept art from the actual game that's been worked on. Digital Extreme, and I forget the original company that worked on it, but now Splash Damage and Bulkhead have continued it. Here's Bumblebee. And they're open. It's open world, but it's not open world like Fallout. It's open world sections. So it's open world like Destiny. Like you would go down to the, to Earth, and then there will be sections that are wide open that you can go around and whatnot. Just think of it this way. It's Destiny Warframe, but with Transformers. It's a good video, by the way. Yeah. Good video, by the way. I got another one. Hold on. Let me find the other one. We got weapons. We got a bunch of stuff. And I'm not the person that found all this stuff out. I got all my information. I give credit to them inside the actual video that we're watching. Let's see. We got the roster. Right? And my video's on here. I even give it the little Transformer feel. You know what I mean? With the lines across it. I got you. Okay? We got Soundwave. We got Hot Rod. Sunstreaker. Ironhide. Gotta collect them all. Now, this is old concept. This is old concept. They've changed them from this to what you saw, right? So you can see Starscream there. He looks a little bit bulkier now with that other screenshot I gave you. Supposedly it's free to play, Luke. We don't know it. The rumors are that it's... Got Slipstream. Got Hot Rod. You got Soundwave. I'm excited for Soundwave. Yeah, see, Soundwave's like a truck. You got Sunstreaker. Right? And each of the characters has a different thing. Like Ironhide is going to be plus defense. Supposed to be offense. And it's not Decepticons versus Autobots. There is a third faction that Decepticons and Autobots are teaming forces to go up against. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff, man. That's the game I'm most excited for. The Legion. That's right. That's right. I kind of prefer these style ones over the movie ones. Also looks cool. Distinct faces that give them the personality and individuals do it for me. Yeah, I'm super excited about that Transformers game. All right, let's go on to the next story. But I got a bunch of videos, Argus, in my YouTube. You can go check them out. All right, next story I want to talk about. And if you're watching over on Twitter, I do appreciate you very much for watching over there on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Prince. If you like what we do and you're just tuning in for the very first time, I see you. There's 30 of you over there. I see you. Okay. You can come on over to YouTube if you want to chat, talk, have a conversation. We go back and forth with chat. I read stories each and every single morning, Monday through Thursday, from 10 o'clock in the morning till about noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You don't have to chat at all. But coming on over to YouTube and hitting that like button does help me out. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers this year, so I do appreciate you. All right, so Microsoft Xbox game releases Windows for rest of 2024 reportedly revealed. So there's a thing coming out, okay? And now they're talking about all the leaks and stuff that are coming out. So this is some of the stuff that we might see at the in the next on June 9th, what they're going to announce for the rest of the year. So a new report has revealed launch timings for Xbox games throughout the rest of 2024, spilling the beans on the next to expect everything from the next Call of Duty game to Indiana Jones. Now, The Verge reported on Bethesda is currently targeting September release for Starfield's expansion, Shattered Space. In a recent review, Bethesda development chief Todd Howard announced that the fall release window for the expansion. Elsewhere, Activision plans to release the next Call of Duty game, which is also, some fans believe it's called Black Ops 5. In late October, according to The Verge, the same report claims that Obsidian Avowed and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 follow in November, and leaving Machine Games' hotly anticipated Indiana Jones game, The Great Circle, to launch in December. Now, the 17 details from Indiana Jones, that's another thing that they have there. If true, the last jam-packed second half of 2024 for Xbox, which is now boosted by Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and all the games it owns, is worth remembering that Microsoft now owns Blizzard and MMO World of Warcraft, which is set to receive a War Within expansion before the end of the year. Microsoft is heavily rumored to be planning to announce the next Gears of War game during the showcase, although there's no indication of 2024's title. Expect plenty of release dates for all games coming out this year, and some set for 2025. Other announcements of Microsoft games include Initiative, a Crystal Dynamics Perfect Dark reboot, Rare's Everwild, Playground's Fable reboot, Exile's Clockwork Revolution, Undead Labs State of Decay 3, and the Compulsion games South of Midnight. Fans don't have long to wait before hearing of this straight from these horses' mouth. Microsoft Showcase event is on June 9th. So, lots of stuff coming out later this year. I mean, Starfield's expansion, you got the Call of Duty, you got the ESO expansion that happens over the summer, you got Microsoft Flight Sim, you got Avowed, you got Indiana Jones, lots and lots of stuff coming out for you Xbox fans, especially if you're a Game Pass member. All of the first-party titles are coming on to Game Pass day and date, which that's what separates Game Pass from PlayStation Plus. If you're an Xbox guy, you get the day and date on Xbox, and you don't get day and date on PlayStation Plus. But it did look like earlier some of the games, smaller games, are coming day and date on PlayStation Plus for certain games. Not first-party titles, just third-party games coming day and date. So that's nice to see that happening over there as well. So let me know if you're excited about any of these games. Are you excited for the next Call of Duty, Now, Call of Duty has that separate show after the event on June 9th. They have their own 30-minute, 40-minute escapade of showing you what Call of Duty is. And yeah, I mean, I'm not excited about it. We'll watch it because we cover video games, but I'm not excited for any Call of Duty game that comes out. But, you know, I'll watch it because you guys are interested in it and you guys play it. I'm kind of interested in Avowed. I like Obsidian Games. I like what they did with Grounded. I like what they did with Vegas. I like what they did with Outer Worlds. So I'm interested in what they do with Avowed. Microsoft Flight Simulator. The big reason I stopped playing Flight Simulators is I didn't feel like there was... Obviously, it's an open world, like literally the entire Earth. And you can fly where you want to go and do what you want, but I want some sort of quests. I need some fetch quests in my Microsoft Flight Sim. And then Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, that's exactly what they're doing. They're putting jobs and different things for you to do or complete inside of Flight Sim. So that's fun. And then Indiana Jones. I mean, it's Indiana Jones, right? I love Tomb Raider. I love Uncharted. I like those types of games, and Indiana Jones is just yet another game like that. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Let me know what you guys are interested in and what you're looking forward to the most out of these games that we said, out of the rumors. And if they're not on this list, what game do you think they're going to show? All right, people are excited about Gears 6. Now, obviously, that's not coming out anytime soon, but they can show some footage of it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like what we do here, please check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Those of you that wonder why I do like the little breakout videos, if you're watching this after the fact, you're not watching the live show, we do breakout videos of these certain topics that I choose to upload later. So you just get that topic throughout the week. All right, let me look up that. You said it's in the... Did you put it in the general? Starfield May update. All right, let's watch this. This came out 25 minutes ago.
Hi, I'm Jess Finster, Community Director at Bethesda, and I'm here today at Bethesda Game Studios to talk to you all about the next update coming to Starfield. The team has been hard at work, so let's go chat with them to see what they've been working on.
I would pay for that ship. That ship looks cool. As a model?
So with Update 4 on the horizon, what are some of the new features that players
I can work for Bethesda. I just gotta shave the rest of the hair off my head, and I'm right in.
have to look forward to?
So we've seen a lot of feedback online that players really want a lot more utility and detail in our surface maps. So we took what's there, we blew it all up, and instead now we have...
Wow. They gave us maps. I mean, I love Starfield. I had 192 hours into Starfield. Okay. I did enjoy it, but I also gave it a lot of criticism. I'm like, how do you not put maps in the thing? They finally put maps in. Round of applause for Bethesda for putting map in the game. Half a year later. Congratulations. Oh yeah, no, I watched it. Mr. Seven, I saw it. Jamie, yeah. Or not Jamie. What's his name? Holy Christ. Yeah, it's Jamie, isn't it? No, Jamie's the other guy. I forget the guy's name from fucking... Jesus Christ. Adam? Adam. That's his name.
A whole new aesthetic to the surface maps where you can see the terrain, all the detail in the terrain, trees, rocks, all the structures in the loaded zone. It's a lot easier to navigate. We've also made it easier to get around the cities.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's nice. That's nice.
You can see markers for all the shops, the enhanced boutiques, restaurants, you name it. It's all there. It's a lot easier to get around.
My immersion's broke now because now I see all the emblems and stuff.
With Update 4, we're also adding a bunch of gameplay options. So for that, players can...
Oh, it's Jamie. No, Jamie. Adam and Jamie, right? Is that what the names were? God damn it.
Really tune their experience how they prefer.
Oh, wait, I missed that. What was that? You can do what now?
It's a lot easier to get around now.
With Update 4, we're also adding a bunch of gameplay options. So for that, players can really tune their experience how they prefer. We're adjusting things like capacity of vendor credits, the actual carry weight,
So now I can get more XP and whatever else I want, make my game the way I want to play. Got it.
Additionally, affects to difficulty. So some of those, depending on how you play, you can actually tune to be like space combat more difficult or gun combat less difficult. It's really up to you. And depending on how you balance them, it'll change how you get XP.
That's awesome. So you're really upping the ante for players that want an even bigger challenge.
Yeah.
They want to make it more broad of an audience. They don't want it to be hard. So if you want to make it as hard as you want or as easy as you want, you can do that. I know Dark Souls fans don't like this because, get good. But this opens up more people to go, oh, maybe I'll get Game Pass now, right? Maybe I'll try Starfield. It's a smart move on their part.
Yeah, and with that, we actually are adding what...
That's right, more hoarding for me. Is there a spot that says capacity infinite? If there's an infinite for carry capacity, we're going back in, boys.
It's called the extreme difficulty. It sits above very hard, and it really, really makes you pay attention, especially for the higher level characters.
How about ship customization? I know.
Do we get street cred for beating Starfield before they added maps? Yeah, sure. I'll give it to you. You can put it on your resume too. I'll look at your resume and go, oh, you played Starfield when it didn't have maps. That's hardcore, bro. You're gonna get the job.
Players are really capitalizing on all of the ship content in the game, and we've seen some really crazy stuff out there that I'm sure you guys have seen as well. But are you adding anything more to the ship customization?
Yeah, so people love to customize their ships. Like some of the builds out there are just mind-blowing. Some beautiful, beautiful stuff. So now we're turning our attention to the inside of the ships. So we're adding a decorate mode.
This hurts my brain. You know why? We're playing Fallout 76. We're playing Fallout 76 right now, and I can't do what they just did. Okay?
Beautiful, beautiful.
This part right here.
So now we're turning our attention to the inside of the ships.
Oh my God, you can put something on a table. You can put something on a table. Can you go back to Fallout 76 and fix this, please? Because I hate that I have to glitch shit onto a shelf when you can just place it on the shelf.
So we're adding a decorate mode where you can go and fully furnish and customize the interior layout of the ships, place the furniture, decorations, basically everything you can do in outpost mode. We can now do that in the ship, and it's saved, and you can do that to your entire fleet. In addition to decorate mode, we're also offering a whole new set of empty habs. So basically, instead of pre-cluttered habs in the ship builder, we'll have a new set where there's no furniture, there's no...
That's nice. I said that when we came out. I was like, man, I wish you could really customize what you want to do inside your ship. It was cool that they had like prefabs, but I was like, I really wish I could move the stuff around.
Decoration, nothing. It's a total blank slate, so our players can just kind of fill it up with their own stuff.
That's amazing. They'll really get to emulate whatever their personality showcases outside on the inside. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
Jack Burton's going from the wasteland to the stars.
New Game Plus. Is there anything being added to this update that helps the players after they've completed the campaign to return to the game?
Yeah, so if you're like me and you find the more you go through the Unity, the more you become the hunter, the one thing I want to do is...
Spoiler alert! What do you mean I become a hunter?
Be able to respec my traits, so we're adding that. So in case you're getting tired of Wanted or want to change your alien DNA, and you really want that new dream home experience, you get to choose that when going through the Unity. In addition, you'll be able to rechange your appearance.
Really living that next second life, huh?
Exactly.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you guys want to share about this update that players have to look forward to? I mean, you've already shared a lot as it is. But...
We're focusing now on our Xbox Series X players with this update. We're giving them some settings where they can help prioritize between performance or visual.
Oh, that's nice. Should have been at launch, but I'll let it go.
If they choose to prioritize performance, the target FPS will move to 60. And for players that have TVs that support VRR, they'll be able to choose between VRR 40 or VRR 60.
Now, see, I love the fact that he said this is meant for the Xbox Series X players. So if you have an S, fuck you, right? Because your shit can't do it. The X, the people that paid more for the box to have the power can actually now do the stuff. So that's the way it should be. This is the way all their games should be on Microsoft, where you shouldn't limit the X to the lower frames per second. It should be that I can go to the higher frames because I have a better system.
In addition to the new features we just talked about, there are a couple of quality of life updates that we're introducing. One of them is you can now toggle dialogue cameras off. So instead of getting that sort of focus zoom in on whatever NPC you're talking to, it just
That's right. Screw your potato.
stays in normal default camera mode. It's a little more immersive that way. Some players may prefer that.
Love it.
In addition to that, we're making the container and barter menus a bit more usable. We've added some tabs along the top, so it's easier to sort of see what container or what inventory you're looking at, whether it's yourself or your ship.
Exactly, Rose. Can I tip them for putting something in the game that should have been already in there at the beginning? Sarge says, you mean allowing a system to actually do what it's supposed to do? Amazing.
And it's just easier to navigate. Basically, inventory and item management. It's a small thing, but it actually, I think, makes it a lot nicer.
So, Tim, we just talked to Joe and Isfan a little bit about Update 4 and what's coming, but is there anything else that you want to talk about that's down the horizon?
So the team is working on our first land vehicle.
Oh my God, guys. Everyone that complained that there was borders, that they hit the end of the borders, can get there faster now to complain about hitting borders.
So you can drive around on planets. Obviously, we're working on more quests and the massive Shattered Space expansion.
That's all very exciting. What about creations? Anything you can share there?
I think we mentioned it earlier this year, but we've sent out our beta toolkit to verify.
Sarge says they just caught this guy before he was going golfing. They're like, hey, what was his name? Hold on, let me see what his name was.
So, Tim.
Like, Tim's like, all right, guys, I'll see you for the weekend. And then they're like, Tim, real quick, before you leave, can you do an interview? Small interview, just to talk about the... It's like, yeah, sure. And what's the question? Can we hurry this up? I got tea time. I got tea time in like 3 minutes.
We just talked about
The vehicle, so you can drive around on planets. Obviously, we're working on more quests and the massive Shattered Space expansion.
That's all very exciting. What about creations? Anything
Then to the strip club. That's right.
you can share there?
I think we mentioned it earlier this year, but we've sent out our beta toolkit to verified creators, so hopefully more information on that soon.
It's awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Tim.
Hey, no problem, Jess.
He's like, great, I'm going to go golfing
That's all
now.
we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us and for your continued feedback. Just a reminder, the update is available in Steam beta today and will be available on all platforms later this month. So we'll see you in the stars.
In a couple weeks, it'll be on console. Real quick, there's going to be 15 videos created on this screenshot alone. Okay, 15 screenshots alone. They're going to be like, did you see that? Did you see the vehicle? Look at the vehicle. The vehicle's got 4 wheels. You know?
Is working on our first land vehicle.
Okay.
So you can drive around on
4 vehicles. Looks like it's got a gun on top of it.
planets.
This is very exciting.
Obvi-
All right, and then you can
Obviously, we're working on more quests and
put more stuff inside the bases. That's new armor, right?
the massive Shattered Space
Yeah, they're adding a vehicle, which we said they would. Water, right? Which we said they would.
expansion.
That's all very exciting. What about creations? Anything you can share there?
I think we mentioned it earlier.
That's exactly what's going to happen, Sarge. That's exactly what's going to happen. People are going to be like, great, I have a car now, but I'm hitting the borders faster. Can you, like, make the borders disappear? It's stupid. You gave me a car, and now I have a car, and now I can't get across the border. That's exactly what's going to happen. Amazing. People are going to hate when they hate. No, seriously though, I think the most exciting thing they said was you could furnish your stuff, right? Like they got to take that and put it into Fallout 76. They really do. I understand it's 5 years later, but like, can I please customize my stuff so I don't have to glitch through to try to make the things on the shelf? Let me put it on the shelf. Amazing. We will check that out. We will check that out when it comes out later this month. I'll go back to Starfield when they add more ships and ship parts. I mean, there's still a lot of shit that I didn't even get fucking borders in space. I believe they said, did it say at the very end? I think it said, okay, May update, improve surface maps, inventory navigation tabs, new gameplay options for setting menus, ship decoration, mode for interior ships, change traits and appearances, and dialogue camera toggle in settings. It doesn't say when the actual update comes out. Oh, here it does. Starfield's largest update since launch is coming on May 15th. A little after my birthday. Little birthday gift from Todd. I appreciate Todd. I would like the caps, though, that I got for my roulette that I hit right on the money. Can just wire it to my account. I'll wait for it. Okay. I bet $50. Okay. I want the 32 odds on top of that, please. Okay. Just give me my money. Give me my caps. I mean, good improvements, but nothing huge would bring people back. Sure, but the people that are in the game, and you got to remember, Rose, like what they did with Fallout 76, a lot of people didn't come back for the next update or the next update, but they came back like 6 months, a year later, and there was a lot more stuff to do. So there's a lot of stuff that down the road, same with No Man's Sky, same situation, right? No Man's Sky did the update, people came back for the update, but then some people didn't. They're like, whatever. 2-3 updates later, people are like, oh, I'm going to check out No Man's Sky. And then they don't come back every expansion, but they come, or every update, but they come back down the road and they're like, there's a lot more stuff to do. Yeah, it's the 12th. Yeah. So that's exciting. That's exciting. But they're making changes. I do like the changes of the ship, that you can customize the inside of the interior of the ship. I thought it was cool that you could, like I said when we were watching it, that you could get a prefab type of thing, but I really wanted to put the stuff in there. So now I have reasons to use my junk and all the other stuff to make the furniture, to put the thing, whatever. So, you know why they really did that, though, right? You know why they really did that? Because down the road, okay, they're getting you comfortable with customizing your ship and your bases and stuff. Down the road, they're going to add an online mode. This is my prediction, just like the number 29, okay? My prediction is, just like I said before the game came out, Starfield down the road will be a multiplayer game like Fallout 76, okay? There will be an online mode where there'll be a Starfield shop, okay? Fleet credits, or whatever you want to call it, okay? And you will purchase other cosmetic items to put into your houses, put into your ship. You'll be able to customize your ship even more by buying stuff and then putting it in. I would guarantee this, okay? Maybe not this year, obviously, maybe not next year, but it will turn into a point where Starfield becomes a 16 on a server, 32 on a server type of thing. I can't imagine them not doing that, especially now that Fallout 76 is taking off yet again 5 years after the fact, and it still makes a lot of money. It's been on it's been in the top 50 for Xbox the entire time it's been out. 1,000 planets. You just need one extra person to travel with to get on your ship and be a crew and then go on missions together. That's what people want. Stamp it, Intervoid. Yeah, put it down. If it's a standalone game mode or they put it in, they will put something where it's not a massive multiplayer online, right? It'll be like a Grand Theft Auto. It'll be like a Fallout 76 where it's just like 16, 32 people in a server type of thing. To be honest, I think the Shattered Space is the multiplayer mode. It just sounds like it is. Shattering space between. Well, no, they said it was a single player. It's a lot more single missions or quests and stuff like that. Now, you might be right, Water. It might be, but I think Shattered Space is just more story, which we'll definitely jump back into. This next story that we're going to cover, speaking of Bethesda, didn't know we were doing the Starfield thing today. The next story I want to talk about is Fallout 4's. Okay, Fallout 4's most popular mods are now the ones that remove Bethesda's disastrous next-gen update, right? this is how fast the modders move, right? Right? This is how fast they move. They said, oh, your game came out, made the game worse. Well, we have a mod that takes your mod out of the thing and puts it back to what it was so people can actually play. So Fallout 4's most popular mods are now the ones that remove Bethesda's disastrous next-gen update. Amidst the positive reception of the general hype of the series created by Amazon, excellent Fallout series, Bethesda did the most Bethesda thing it possibly could have done. As players rushed back to various games of the series, Bethesda released a major next-gen update for Fallout 4, arguably the best entry point for new players, and it's a total mess. On PC, the update makes it basically no improvements to the game. First of all, I just want to put a little pin in that. We knew that going in, that they were only going to make the PC version with the ultra-wide and stuff. They weren't doing a lot of changes because you could already do the stuff that they're adding to the game already on your PC. Okay? So people giving shit about the update for Fallout 4 on PC, knowing ahead of time that they weren't making any improvements to the PC, except for the ultra-wide support and a very few other little things, was already stated literally like a year and a half ago. But let's continue. But many free non-creation club mods have been broken and will remain to be useless. Individual modders come up with the fix for that to work. Now, the easiest fix to own the game on GOG, which allows players to roll back patches, but the Steam owners, the process is a whole lot more convoluted, which is maybe why the modding community has taken matters into its own hands. And if you take a look at the Fallout 4 page on Nexus Mods, it's a clear theme and it has emerged. The top 2 mods for the game, which together have been downloaded almost 35,000 times, are Fallout 4's downgrade and Steam skip next-gen update. Okay, the Fallout 4 downgrader quickly reverts your game to the pre-update version, enabling the use of mods using Fallout for script extender buffs and others. The Steam mod, also those haven't that yet downloaded the update, tricks the Steam into thinking you have. Now, the downgrader mod is also going to be especially useful for players who've used the modded playthrough Bork their whole new patch, as they also should theory that let you continue your save as if nothing has happened. Now, Bethesda has so far stated that stayed quiet about the update's reception, so there's no clue as to whether or not the official fix or even at the option to roll back many of the forthcoming. But it's also pretty incredible that things have they done to precede the moment in time when players are discovering or returning to the masses to the game. Now, with Fallout 4, one of the prime destinations, the games were so popular in immediate aftermath of the show that Nexus mods briefly couldn't handle the traffic and went down. As for what the modders make of it all, well, the above one is one answer. The more straightforward perspective came through the team working on the enormous Fallout London project, which is also due to launch around now, but it has also been delayed while the team works around Bethesda's update. As the project lead says, the patch has a lack of better terms screwed us over. Here's the thing, right? I don't like the fact, and look, I'm just a gamer. I don't care, right, that they own the IP. I have a video of this, okay, of the London guys saying they got blindsided. They also knew it was coming out. I don't know how you got blindsided unless you lived under a rock and didn't know anything about it. I don't know how big of a fan of Bethesda you are if you're not following Bethesda news, right? It's kind of counterproductive. But you're a big fan. You're making the London thing. I'm looking forward to playing Fallout London. But to say you get screwed over by the company that made the actual IP, they don't have to check in with you. Anyone that makes a mod, they're not going to call you up. Hey, Steve, sorry that you made that mod for us. We're going to release our update, and we're going to completely screw your mod over. Appreciate it. All right? Is that good? All right, let me check in with Ted now. Ted, I talked to Steve. We're going to screw his mod over. Now we're going to screw your mod over. Like, this doesn't happen. They're just going to release their fixes for their game that they have, okay? And then the modders that modded the game on top of what they did, they're going to get boinked. That's what it is. That's what's going to happen. And then they're going to have to fix it again. This is what happens when you mod on top of the foundation that they put. They're fixing the foundation, and then you're going to have to readjust your mod. I know people don't like to hear that, but that's what's going to happen. They're not going to check in with 39,000 different modders to see if it's going to break their game, because then their update would never come out because it affects a non-official form of what the mod is. So this is where we have the conversation of, well, modders fix Fallout. Sure, but Fallout is still the foundation of what it is, Bethesda, what they worked on, and the modders add on top of that. They don't fix it, they add on top of it, because a lot of people don't want the sexy mod, or they don't want the spaceship mod that puts it in. They don't want the horse mod, whatever it is, okay? It's what you want to put into your game, which is awesome as a person that loves Bethesda games, that you can mod and put what you want in these games, and that's fantastic. But yeah, it's funny to me that the modders are like, you know what? We see that we see that you put a thing in it, screwed us over. We're going to fix that. so we can play the game how we wanted until it gets fixed by yourself, right? And this is funny. They have to jump through hoops where modders don't. They just fix the game for their own enjoyment. Here's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. What do you think of the modders taking it amongst themselves to fix the update? And of course, Bethesda's staying quiet because Bethesda does Bethesda things. Okay, not the right thing, but that's what they do. Okay, let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. If you like what I do here, please come on over to YouTube, check it out, and watch some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Hold the show. Watch this. All right, we're watching. What is this? Batman Arkham Shadow official trailer. This is the. Is this the VR? What is this? What am I watching here? 1 hour ago, MetaQuest. Okay. Not actual gameplay. But they don't show anything. Come on, you gotta show something. Well, there you go. There you go. There's the Batman game everyone wanted. But now the complaint will be, this is not the Batman we asked for because it's on VR, right? That's what the people will say. Right? I mean, it's VR. You gotta show me the graphics of it. Right? But the complaint will be, well, it's we didn't ask for this. We want a Batman game. Oh, we got a Batman game. All right, we got a Batman game. Are we excited? Are we excited we got a Batman game? No, we're not excited because it's on VR. The world premiere is at the Game Fest in June 9th, isn't it? Or is it June 7th? Since we're speaking of, did you guys know this was happening? This video is over 2 years ago. Okay, this video I'm going to show you. This is called Fallout Vault 13. Okay, Shady Sands. This is a modder that's taking amongst themselves to recreate the original Fallout, the top-down, in the graphics of Fallout 3. Okay? So, they're actually making the original game, but inside of Fallout 3's engine. Okay? This is crazy. Okay? Bethesda themselves doesn't do this. And yet, modders take it amongst themselves. It's a team just like Fallout London. Okay? They've taken it and they've recreated voice actors and everything to create the original game of Fallout 1. So this is yet another Fallout mod, and this footage is over 2 years old. So they're putting all the effort in to make Fallout 1 in the open world of the Fallout 3 engine. Oh, that's cool. It came across my feed yesterday. Well, they said themselves, again, this video is 2 years old, Titan. So I'm going to assume when they said Fallout 3 engine. So I'm only relaying what they said. What else we got here? Fallout 4. Another one we got on the Fallout is that Fallout 76 latest update. Okay, nerfs one of the most powerful weapons, but don't worry, it also buffs it as well. Okay, depending on the setup of the cremator, may now be a little bit worse, or it may be a little bit better. Okay, so the cremator is what they're giving out in the season pass right now. You can earn it within the game. Okay, it says, hot on the heels of a major uptick of players driven by the Fallout series of Amazon, Fallout 76 has been given a beefy new update that makes a number of bug fixes, quality of life changes that, amongst other things, will make it easier when making big trades with merchants. There's also a significant overhaul of the cremator, heavy weapons that also manages to nerf and buff it all at the same time. So all the Fallout games have benefited from the popularity of Fallout television series and even old-time originals, but also Fallout 76 arguably leads the way. It still lags behind Fallout 4 in terms of pure player numbers, but more than doubled in the concurrent player count. After these releases of Amazon's series, also all-time high on Steam for 4 years after the first launch there. That is especially noteworthy given that the relatively unoppressive start, it also called a beautiful, crafted, but ultimately repetitive world, and disappointment when it comes to options on PC, 60% of reviews from 2018, and it took another 2 years before it finally started to feel like a proper Fallout game. And this is a running theme, right? We talked about how Diablo is 1 year later, okay, and they're now making it a better game, right? So Bethesda is stuck in despite the early troubles releasing regular updates and new content throughout. While the concurrent player count has tailed off since then, it hit the new peak earlier this month. It is still way above where it also used to be. There's also currently around 50,000 people playing it via Steam, which is also a huge increase over the pre-sales average. It says the big change in this update is the rework for the cremator. Okay, and Bethesda said that it's kicking too much. It's kicking too much ass because of the bug-related damage calculations. Now, players who had certain perks and mods on it did much higher damage than intended. Now, Bethesda said we fixed it. We fixed the bug, which also decreased the damage for a specific setup, but we made it multiple tweaks and changes to buff it in different ways. Now the damage over the DOT, damage over time, should be forced to be reckoned with. In addition to the max option when buying from a selling an NPC should also make life in the Wasteland a little bit more convenient for players who approach a post-nuclear world with merchant mindset. So options of buying from selling NPCs would make also, so they're also doing an addition to max options. Okay, in terms of actual changes, this update is especially massive. The beefy part comes from a sheer size of one. It clocks in at 12.1 gigabytes on Steam and 19.8 gigabytes on Microsoft Store. If you're playing on Xbox, you'll need to download a 23.1 gigabyte, while PlayStation players get a little bit of a break at 19.2. So there you go. So there's a bunch of other fixes and stuff. You can go to their website. Quality of life updates I'll read. Added a max option when buying from and selling an NPC. World activity lists now sort alphabetically. Improved behavior of the inventory scroll bar. And they added a new ammo per shot stat entry to weapons. Okay. And then weapons made several adjustments to the cremator and its mods. So they tell you that they, and then there's a season event going on. So recipes and some other items that drop in the events will continue to drop after you have learned them. These items are now also tradable to help you get all the plans you want. So make sure when you do the events, like there's an alien event going on right now. So if you're a 76 player, make sure when you get a plan that you learn that plan. So when you do the event again, you're not learning the same plan, because if you don't learn it, then it's going to give you that in the pool of things to get. So if you don't get it, you can also trade them. So you can trade the ones that people don't have to other people that don't. So that's a nice little feature as well. Let's see. PlayStation owners, May 7th, Destiny 2 Lightfall will be free for Plus members. That's nice. Looks more like Fallout 4, but Fallout 3 New Vegas can look similar with textured mods. Yeah, I'm not really too sure, Mr. 7. During the what I saw, they said it was Fallout 3. But you might be right. Maybe now it's Fallout 4. Maybe they updated it. I don't know. What else we got? We saw the Starfield. We did that. We did that. What else we got? Stellar Blade director says extra DLC isn't planned yet, but the developer's working on a boss rush mode. That's not really... See anything else happening on Twitter. Latest update for now is the Steam beta. There's also a lot of additions. That's the Starfield stuff. So in the beta testing on the PC. Yeah, so Twitter, you got monthly games. You got FC24 coming out. You got Ghost Runner 2. You got Tunic, and you got Destiny Lightfall on PlayStation Plus. Tunic's a fantastic game. I'm glad it's coming back up into the talk. If you haven't played Tunic, it really is a really good game. If you like the old school Zelda game, you're gonna love Tunic. Tunic is a straight up old school mentality video game. And it's done very well. One guy created it. Let's see, includes 40 frames per second, more detailed surface development, performance, more targeting. Everyone's talking about the Starfield stuff. Let's see. New Batman Arkham game. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, people are asking, is this still canon to the Arkhamverse? You know, there's rumors that Conroy actually did more voiceover work. So I wonder if he did the voiceover work for this before his passing. For the Arkham VR game. That would be a huge selling point. If they come out and say that Conroy still did Batman's voice, that would be a huge selling point for that. Someone has a VR mod for Grand Theft Auto. That's sick. That's cool looking. Okay, here's the thing that Todd Howard said. Yesterday I talked about it a little bit. Let me see if I can find it in this quote. Let me see. Let's be honest. I don't think it's in fact the Starfield wasn't like Skyrim or Fallout 4. It was just that mix. Oh, do they have a quote from him? I guess they don't. Including, let's see, about 7 months, a lot of time to reflect. Bethesda's boss Todd Howard reckons that he knows why the space RPG was so divisive. Certain way, Starfield doesn't give me that. I prefer the way it's done in Fallout or Elder Scrolls. Okay, so he says, chatting with Kind of Funny, Howard said that many people have very specific set of expectations when it comes to Bethesda games. He says, quote, we see a lot of players saying this is what we want out of Bethesda game, which is to explore a world in a certain way, and Starfield didn't give him that. He says, I prefer a way is done in Fallout or Elder Scrolls. And then although Howard thinks that it's perfectly understandable, he says it's just not an experience Starfield is set out to provide. I do think for us particularly, we're going to into a science fiction game, and I want to be able to land on all the planets. I want the game to say yes to us, knowing that the content is going to be different than you've seen from us in the past. Which I'm sure is, I don't necessarily think Howard is wrong, but that I don't doubt that many players came into the next Bethesda game expecting that to kind of big to be able to explore the Wasteland and Tamriel. So I think that's what a lot of people wanted, right? They wanted that really controlled factor of what Skyrim's one map is, or Fallout's one map is. And what Starfield came out and gave you is they gave you, every time you land the size of Skyrim, but not a lot of interesting points on those majority of that planets. So people are looking around where they just want to explore each of the corners, And they don't get that. But they can. But most of it is a barren land because that's what space is. We haven't colonized on all the planets. So it is like a double-edged sword, right? I said this yesterday. I like that they stick to their guns, where they make a game and they're like, this is what we want to make. And people are like, well, I don't like it. And they're like, well, this is what we wanted to make. Right? Bro, it's called lore. And getting to explore the lore is they made up. This isn't dick lore inside Starfield. This isn't fucking hard. Yeah, I think they did it right, though, Sarge. Right? Like, there's the settled colonies that they're on certain planets, and then everything else is exploration. I found some cool stuff while I was just exploring. Found some caves, found some hidden messages, and stuff like that. And someone might not ever find that, right? You could take your time and just explore that one planet over and over and over and over, each little square inch, if you really wanted to. Right? Get all the resources, get all the stuff scanned. And what Todd says in the interview is that if you want to do that, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. The update that they just did, right? Where if you want to decorate your ship, boom, go ahead, decorate your ship. Not everyone's going to decorate their ship. Roadkill says Starfield is the worst exploration game. I disagree. I disagree. I think it's the worst exploration game for a lot of people thinking that it was going to be like what Starfield or what Fallout was or what Skyrim was. 100%. If you went in thinking that it was those types of games instead of a new IP with things like those games, but not exactly those games, do you know what I mean? To me, I think it's one of the better exploration games. Okay? Because not only can I do everything I do in Fallout where I walk into a building and I can pick up everything in the game and explore what I need, but I can also explore the outer realm, and I might find something, I might not find something. And if I want to do that, I have the option to do that. You know what I mean? And I have found stuff. I found little things off to the side. I found a random person just walking and exploring. What makes this exploration different? It's the unknown. It's the bigger area of the unknown. I found some really cool stuff while I was out there. Stop capping? I'm not capping. I'm literally telling you what it is. You don't like it, Roadkill, because it's not Fallout. You don't like it because it's not Skyrim. It's not this hold my hand in this one little map and everything's filled to the brim. It's this giant landscape and everything's randomly generated, and you might find something out there and you might not. And if you're a person that cares about going out there and not finding something, you're like, it wasted my time. You don't have to engage with that. You could literally go to the handcrafted areas. The unknown, that nothing is out there. But you don't know if nothing's out there. Most of the time, it's going to be nothing out there. But that's the whole point. Starfield seems so boring from all the streams I watched of it. Somehow the post-apocalyptic wasteland is more interesting than exploring the entire galaxy. Of course. Do you know why it's more appealing? Because of the settings that it's in, right? You're in Pittsburgh. You know Pittsburgh. And you're like, oh, cool. You know DC, so you're in DC. You go to Atlantic City. You know what Atlantic City is. It's grounded in reality, where the space is grounded in reality, but places that you've never been or never will be, right? It's sci-fi. But if it had lore, you'd be investigating the lore. It would have been fine. But there is lore out there, right? There is a scientist in a facility out there, and all of a sudden one of their guys got lost, and you have to go find him, right? But if you don't like that stuff, then you're not going to do it. But you also don't have to do that stuff. It's there for the people that want to do it, and the people that don't want to do it, there's story content with crafted areas for you to go to. If you go to the main story, you're barely ever going to some place that there's nothing to do. Starfield caves are all same and empty. I found ones that weren't empty. I found one with different aliens inside there that I had to fight for my life to get out of. He's saying if there's something to do out there, Titan, like if you give me a reason to go out to a location, then you'll go out to that location, right? If, for instance, the fetch quest of it tells you to, hey, I need you to go out to this system out there, and we lost some scientists out there. Can you go out there and find them? And you're like, oh, cool. And you go out to that area. That's handcrafted, right? So you go out there and you find the science facility. And then all of a sudden you get there and you notice that the science facility is empty. And you're like, well, where did they go? Now you have to find it, right? If there was some lore behind going out to a planet in the middle of nowhere to go to this section, there'd be something to do. Okay? Which there is in the game if you go look for it. So more handcrafted stuff. Because it's not hand-holding and people go out there and they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm bored. This is fucking stupid. It's a waste of my time. Okay? So, like, there is the stuff that respects your time. There is story content. There's side quests. There's all that stuff. All that stuff leads you to places and go do stuff. But then there's a lot of stuff that doesn't do that. That you could just be explore, come across a town, a small village, one person's house, a science facility. Yes, a lot of the science facilities are duplicated. Once you see one science facility, you'll see it multiple times if you're doing that type of stuff. See, modders couldn't have interesting, but they don't even care about it? That's not true, Jason. There's more modders making stuff for Starfield than any other Bethesda game. Those are facts. More modders are making mods for Starfield than they did for any other game in the amount of time it's been out. Where's that article we read? Let's see. Where is that? We had it, and I can't find it in my... what the actual title was called. There was something like 39,000 mods. Something like that. In less than a week, there was 600 mods when the game came out. In this Reddit post, it says, there are over 6,500 Starfield mods that have been downloaded over 33 million times on nexusmods.com. Starfield is already ranked number 12 for mod count and number 17 for download count without official mod support. The most popular mod was over 1.4 million downloads. And that was literally back 4 months ago. Yeah, 7,300 mods for Starfield, which is on pace. To break what Skyrim mods total. I think Skyrim was like 39,000 or something like that. Yeah, unofficial. I'll probably wait for the next big update when they let you travel inside the planet without load screens, less load screens, fingers crossed. I don't know if they'll ever do that because of the procedurally generated what they are, PL. Because I guess instead of the load screen, it would be like you're popping in, but then you couldn't fly low level on the planet, right? It would only be in that one section still. Right, the way the game is made, I don't know if they can let you do a No Man's Sky. Now, you could do it for that one section, but once you're in that walled off thing, I don't know if they'll let you go across the border to the next square. Titan says, I think they want to sell DLC first, then release the official. Correct. I think they want to do the big update and then put the Creation Club out there. That's from Reddit? Well, the actual... Hold on. Starfield is the 11th most modded game in history on Nexus Mods. This is from 3 months ago. From Nexus Mods. Skyrim Special Edition, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion, Fallout 3 are all the games that are top in front of it. Then you have Stardew Valley, Morrowind, Cyberpunk 2077, Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Starfield, and then Blades and Sorcery. Do you see a running theme here? Let's see. Bethesda, published by Bethesda, Obsidian, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Morrowind, Starfield. Skyrim has been downloaded mods 1.9 billion times. Skyrim Special Edition 3.7 billion. Holy Christ. Well, people are going to complain about everything. So you're saying the people from Reddit are wrong, even though Nexus Mods is what it says. That's what you're saying, Rose. So the people on Reddit giving information about the information from Nexus is wrong based on Nexus's downloads. All those other games can be considered mods, but Bethesda games are considered fixes. Whatever you want. However you guys want to move the goalpost. Oh, move the goalpost. Hold on. However you want to move the goalpost. Fine. It's like, I don't believe that they have that many mods for that game. Well, the mods just fixed the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All Batman news, all Starfield news, nothing else on Twitter right now. Shh, don't tell them that. Mods that fix bugs make a small fraction. Shh. No, mods would be there if the game didn't exist, right? Those mods for that game would be there if the game didn't exist in the first place. Oh, wait. That's for any mod, for any game. The game has to actually exist, and then they make mods for that because the people are passionate about those things, right? The people making the mods for the actual game that people shit on are the people that are the most passionate about the game, hence why they fix or add a feature to the game. Robert Jones says, in other news, Minecraft is getting an update for PlayStation 5 to match the Series X performance. Well, that's good. Right? Can't wait to see all those chunks. There's a Star Wars game sale on Xbox right now. The Force Unleashed is only $2.99. It's 4K on Xbox Series X. And it looks like a remaster. It's a free upgrade. I can't go up higher quality because it's Twitter. But so that looks like shit. But Force Unleash. So those looking to play an old game. Robert Jones says, I have thousands of hours and didn't realize it was just a PlayStation 4 version. Well, thanks for proving my point, Jones, that most people don't notice stuff if it's a downgraded version. Ooh, what's this? Arkham Asylum's Snake Eyes game. You have my attention. Report, Hasbro is making a huge jump into video games. 4 internal AAA studios so far. Are they making a Snake Eyes standalone single-player game? Yeah, G.I. Joe Snake Eyes game is in the works. That'll be similar to the Batman Arkham games. All right, you got my attention. You got my attention. Sarge's like, right, Snake Eyes game, except it's a woman and she talks. Can they pull it off? Probably not. Well, they did that in the movie, Sarge. The Snake Eyes movie literally breaks what Snake Eyes is. I was like, oh, yeah, whatever, if you're bent out of shape because of Snake Eyes. I'm like, okay. If you say so. Oh, and that's another thing Todd Howard said. I forgot to tell you that when he was talking about the Fallout series, he says he wants the Fallout series to stay in the United States. He doesn't want it outside the United States. That would be one of the reasons they didn't pick up London, Fallout London. Oh, look what's coming out. Coming to Xbox. The first and third-person shooter action figure game you've always dreamed of, coming to Xbox Online X and S on May 31st. This is the game that we showed like 2 years ago. We played the demo. It's actually pretty fun. I'm trying to load it here. Hypercharged Unbox. So that's coming out official release. $26.99. Let me show you some gameplay of this. We played it a long time ago. This is from IGN's footage of it. This was a fun game. Like fighting in like toy store and like a garage and a kid's bedroom and stuff like that. If Snake Eyes talks in the game, it's an immediate hard pass. What about if it's a prequel of Snake Eyes and his voice, and it's about the story of how he loses his voice? Yeah, it's pretty much small soldiers. Yeah. It's really cool. It's fun. It was a fun little game. I think it's more of a co-op. I don't know if it's PvP. I think it's PvE. It's you first. It's you four. It's like a tower defense type of thing. And you unlock different figurines by playing the game. I don't know. I thought it was cool. There's like boss fights. You're going up against like a toy T-Rex and whatnot. I'm trying to show you if IGN's not showing you the boss fight. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the boss fight and stuff. Yeah, we'll look at the trailer. Right, so you're like you play in the backyard. You're playing like it's basically like you're a kid, man, and you're putting your toys all over the floor, but you get to play with the actual toys. Your imagination. Oh, there is player versus player, so there you go. Split screen play, yeah, it's got the couch co-op type of thing. They've been working on this game for quite a bit. There you go. That's coming out. So May 31st. Oh, do they have Oh, here's the actual official trailer. Came out 9 hours ago.
What are you waiting for? Welcome to the world of Hypercharge. Explore, defend, survive. Play single player with bots or co-op and split screen with friends. And best of all, customize your action figure.
All right, there's a story campaign.
Come on, get in game.
There you go. Looks pretty good. I liked it when we played it. We played the demo beta over a year ago. I don't know if it was on this channel or my other channel. Does it still exist? It comes out officially at the end of this month, Sarge. 30 days from now, it comes out. So yes, it still exists because it's not officially out yet. Well, it is on PC. It's not coming to console. Xbox Series XS says, rumor, more than one Gears of War tease during Xbox Showcase. The next Helldivers 2 Premium Warbond takes players back to Ice Age. So there's a new Warbond season pass that came out for Helldivers. I said this before the second one came out. It'll be interesting to see what Helldivers does because they come out every, I think it's like every 6 weeks, whatever. They're coming out with another Warbond. What happens 9 months from now where there's like so many Warbonds and there's just not enough currency to go around to unlock certain things? I wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder if they make a problem, sell a solution type of thing where I don't know if it's double XP, purchase what you want. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure. Right now, it's just earn with the war bonds that you can get. But I wonder how that's going to work. Yeah, they're coming out so fast. There's going to be a surplus by the end of the year. There's going to be so many war bond pages. How are they going to differentiate stuff? You know what I mean? When is the Xbox Showcase? I do love Gears. I think it's June 9th. June 9th. And teases don't sound great. You're going to get another cinematic trailer? Sure. Yeah, Gears, I don't think it's coming out this year. 2025, 2026. They sold a solution in the first game? What did they do in the first game, Jones? What did they do in the first game? See, I never played the first game. So they had the same thing, right? So the war bonds were in the first game and you unlocked them as you played. And then there's a crap ton of war bonds. So what happens? I don't remember having to unlock. You just bought the DLC pack and got the weapons. So that's probably what they'll do then, right? Like 6 months, 12 months down the line, maybe they just sell you the whole thing and you just buy it. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never played. Sea of Thieves is talked about a lot. Sea of Thieves is what's it called? Has now launched on PlayStation. So I'd love to see all the people on PlayStation if they're enjoying the game. Sea of Thieves is a fantastic game. Glad more people get to play it. Elder Scrolls 2 Morrowind was released 22 years ago today. I wonder if they do a remake for those coming up soon. The hell is this? There's that Star Destroyer we talked about. Is she the girl from Adventures of Babysitting? Or is this a different... What is happening right now? My son might lose his mind. What did I just watch? Are you telling me Lego Fortnite has now turned to Star Wars? Just a random Fortnite character, I believe? Yeah, but what are they doing with Star Wars? I'm confused on what Star Wars is doing. Is it like a separate map? It's Lego. It's not like it's part of the... That comes out May 3rd, so 2 days from now. All right, so let me read. All right, Lego Fortnite Star Wars Begins version 29.40. Star Wars Begins May 3rd. Well, it's fantastic that at least Epic is capitalizing on May 4th. Okay? So May 3rd with version 29.40 update. This update, the Rebellion and the Galactic Empire will rift into Lego Fortnite world. The Empire won't be coming in peace, but the Rebels will. Help the Rebels survive by building up a Rebel village and using tools like lightsabers, DL-44 blasters, and thermal detonators to deal with the foes you may encounter. While adding Rebellion, make progress for Lego Pass Rebellion Adventure, which also has a free and premium awards inspired by Tatooine. Start your Rebel adventure. What about if I want to be part of the Galactic Empire? What about me? What about me? Right? The Galactic Empire is in hot pursuit of a band of rebels who need your help. The Empire and rebels are also knowingly heading to rift to your world, which has also led them to a new island in your world, and this island will stick around even after 29.40. Rebellion building. Before investigating the Empire crash site, you should check out the Rebel allies. You'll receive a pair of macro binoculars after the crash, which also point out the Rebel village and a risky dinky shelter in Star Wars Island needs your help becoming a full-on Rebel headquarters. The Rebel village can level up all the way up to level 10, and how to level it up, complete objectives like supplying resources and constructing Rebel buildings. If you plan to become the local hero, you don't have to worry about saying goodbye to your Rebel neighbors anytime soon. The Rebel village will remain after the fact. Crash the crash site. Be warned, the crash site of the Empire's Star Destroyer isn't the Empire's end. Instead, the Empire will make your own world their home, and they'll be surrounding and crashing sites while camps and also infiltrate them to take back the world. After spending some time with the Rebels and these bases to help out the macro binoculars, okay? Like a look at the Imperial architecture, these can also choose not to damage the camps and keep them and their inhabitants beyond. The crash site will stay too, so you can admire and remain the Star Destroyer. Interesting. You got lightsabers. You can unlock yours by helping the rebels build their village with your lightsaber in hand. You can then collect even more. You get a bowcaster, detonator, a blaster. You just don't. You just bow when your foes is near. Defend yourself with the Star Wars craftable at the rebel workbench. Okay, so you got those. Interesting. You got a new workbench. The Rebel Adventure is building. Just by accessing the Rebels, you can also make progress in the Lego Pass. This pass is unlockable in-game rewards like Tatooine Turret, Tank Bundle, Mos Eisley Blue Milk Bar Bundle, and more. Okay. After selecting the Lego Fortnite experience in Fortnite, go to Lego Pass button in the top navigation. So is this where Cal Kestis comes in? Is Cal Kestis going to be one of the guys that you can purchase for $15? The more studs you collect, the further you go in the progress. Premium reward track. The free reward track also has a detonator bundle. Mos Eisley Marketplace building as a final reward. The premium reward track costs 1,400 V-Bucks and has 11 more rewards that you can unlock, and unlocking the rewards is also a free track. There you go. Here are the outfits that you're getting in the Lego look. Assault Trooper, the Ageless, the Barrett, Bone Revenge. Let's see, anybody that I care about? Darth Vader is the one that they highlight. They don't have Cal Kestis here. He's definitely going to be sold separately. Mandalorian. A lot of characters, man. Major improvements and bug fixes as well. So there you go. They're doing exactly what they did with Fortnite's regular game, and they're now doing it in the Lego Fortnite open world. So your open world there, now you have a Star Wars thing, you can keep adding in stuff. Like, we got to level 10 in our world, and then we stopped playing. So maybe we'll check this out and see what happens in this game. See if they fix it, because they did a lot of improvements. You can actually make vehicles now. No max reboot? Pass. So there you go. Epic, man. They're geniuses when it comes to this stuff. I'm telling you, we had a conversation about this on GXG. They're just going to sell you. It would be smart. I'm telling you, man. You take the product in stores right now of Legos, Star Wars Legos. You put a little QR code on the box. People go out and buy the actual Lego set. And on the box, it's a free digital thing to get it into the game. Lego sales would go up. Physical Lego sales would go up. You sell the figurines in stores, you scan them in, they pop into the game. And then Epic would make money off of selling other digital stuff inside the game as well. So if I go buy a Star Destroyer, I get the Star Destroyer in the game. You see what I'm saying? It's Disney's Infinity model again. You level up your character, you can level them up. I'm telling you, man. You want kids to buy toys. Again, because kids don't buy toys anymore. Hence why the toy sections in Target and Walmart look like crap. Okay? Hasbro doesn't even know how to make toys anymore. Okay? Mattel doesn't know how to make toys anymore. Yet, Epic, they're in the toy market. Right? Epic has made Fortnite toys. They sell better than regular toys. So now Lego teamed up with them with the $2.1 billion they paid for it. Okay? And now they should make toys. They already make the toys. All I gotta do is put a QR code on the box. Boom, in the game. Done. Lego, you can't be as stupid as Hasbro, right? There's no way. There's no way. But we'll see what happens. All right, that's going to do it for me today. We do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you're watching me over on Twitter, I do appreciate you staying and hanging out too long. We had 37 people. 37 people watch me over on Twitter. If you'd like to be a part of the conversation and we have a good community here. Come on into the YouTube channel. You can watch our past broadcasts as well. You don't have to talk at all. you can continue watching me over on Twitter. We're gonna keep testing this out and see what we get. If we don't get the conversion ratio of people coming over and going, oh, this guy streams, I like his content, come on over to YouTube, then we'll just stick it to YouTube. If you want to talk, the perk is come on over to YouTube, the conversation over there, join the rest of the community that's over here. We appreciate you very much for watching. Thank you, chat, for coming in. Starting off the 1st of May, very good. So I appreciate it very much. We'll be back tonight for some Division 2 gameplay with Sarge as we continue our journey through the next season. For the last part of this season, we're going to continue and finish out the season in Division 2 this evening. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, and see you guys on the next one. Peace.